So today I'm going to be showing you guys our exact design process that we use from start to finish when doing a brand design project for one of our clients. Stay tuned. What is up guys, my name is Ahmed from Ahmed Digital Agencies and we're back with another video. So today I'm going to be talking about something really helpful that I wish I had in the beginning, and that is a design process that you should have. As you know, whether you're a graphic designer, videographer, video editor, especially a brand designer, if you create logo designs or you create brands, you wanna follow this exact process that we use, because we use this exact process for our clients. Remember to like and subscribe and comment below if this video is actually going to help you, and stick right to the end so that you do not miss out on these helpful tips. Tip number 1. So the first step that we do with any client is to actually have a meeting and find out what is it exactly that they need or want. You can never ever start a project if you do not understand that project and the client's vision, right? But once you start to understand what the client exactly wants or needs, it will be easier for you to actually move on to the next step. The next step that we do is we actually send the client like a briefing or some sort of invoice or contract is going to outline everything that we have talked about in our discussion, so that we can able to get them to sign a contract for their project and we can get started onto it. Once they actually do that, that's when we can then move on to actually starting the project. Obviously included in the contract is going to be anything in terms of payments, everything that has to do with that, etc. You have to include that in there, right? Then the third step, obviously, once we have actually gone through the process of signing a contract and everything, etc., before we even dive into working in the project, we going to send the client a brand a sort of like a brand questionnaire. So this is sort of like a questionnaire that is going to ask certain key questions as a reminder of what we talked about in our first meeting, because sometimes you can forget about certain things that have been mentioned in the meeting, right? Especially if it's a meeting that has happened too fast and you only write down some stuff and you have missed out on certain things. So we send out a brand questionnaire basically asking what the name of the brand is, what's their vision, and we're also going to send them options to choose from of what type of logo do they need, colors, fonts that they need, any symbolism that they want to do from that. That questionnaire is actually going to give us a starting point on how we should conduct our research and go through about our creative process. The fourth step, once we have done from this, is to actually go to research research about the industry, research about the biggest competitors, what type of brand do they have, what colors are used mostly for this brand. If you're in branding or in logo design or website development, you need to study color psychology. Color psychology is going to help you make decisions on certain types of brands. As we all know, certain colors, certain fonts all influence emotions, so that the public can make certain decisions for the brand. For example, red can indicate love, pink can indicate femininity, playfulness, fun, creativity, blue can create trust, professionalism, etc. So each and every color has a sort of emotion that it goes along with, right? So I would definitely recommend for you to search this up and study it. Now, after we have done with the fourth step, which is the research, I think. So we done client meeting, contract invoice, questionnaire, research. Number 4, we go to the fifth step, right? We take all of that research and then we start creating that into a concept. Right, we create that into a concept and we start drafting certain concept for the logo design, right? Obviously once we have come up with a logo concept that we're actually going to work with, that is when now we are going to move on to the next step, and that is finalizing the logo, right? Once we have finalized the logo, which is the sixth step, right, we are actually in that process. We also choose the colors that we're going to use for that, because I don't know why, if it's a designer's thing, but each and every logo concept that you come up with, automatically you already know while designing what type of color you're going to go with. So depending on the questionnaire that the client has, the information that they have filled in that document, either they're going to give you instructions of what kind of colors they want, or based on the research that you've made, you use the colors that are that's going to fit that industry. Most of the time what we like to do, because we are professionals, we like to advise clients even though they would want a certain color, because we are the ones who actually understand how colors can actually invoke emotions, you know. So once we're done with that 6th step, we move on to the 7th and almost final step of this process, right? And this is the most important part, which is compiling a brand guideline document. Always give your clients a brand guideline document, unless it is, and depending on the project cost and how detailed it is advisable to give them at least some sort of brand identity document. So what is a brand identity document? A brand identity document or brand guideline is basically a document that is going to act as a guideline for the business or that brand. So everything from the colors of the brand document, fonts that are used, imagery, spacing, headline text, body text, everything, subheadings, it's going to be inside this guideline document, so that they know how to apply their logo on the right places. So if they want to use their logo for social media, they know how to apply it correctly. If they want to use their logo for a banner, they know how to apply it correctly. A brand guideline is very important if that project is that detailed. I would highly advise for you to do that. The final process is obviously presenting to the client. And once we present it to the client, we present it to them via a meeting, or we send it to them via email or WhatsApp if they want it like that. Some clients are just comfortable, you know, receiving documents through WhatsApp, but I always recommend email, right? Once you have done sending it via email, that is when they take a look at it. And or if you have a Zoom meeting with them, that's when they can take a look at it, and then they can give you their feedback. If they have a feedback, then you can do those final touch-ups. But if they don't have feedback and they actually love the design, this is when now we move on to the final step, and that is taking all of what we created and breaking it down and saving artwork of the patterns, you know, the logo, the different logo colors, the different logo styles, you know, and saving them into JPEG or PNG formats, you know, PDF formats, SVG, etc. And then putting all of that inside a brand document file, and then sending it to them via email or some sort of a drive or Google Drive. And that is exactly how my design process goes. So obviously this design process is not as easy as it sounds, because there can be certain challenges in between and it can actually take longer, right? However, this design process should be able to assist you for you to have a proper, you know, way to approach your projects. Having a design process is very important, because it's going to keep you organized and it's going to ensure that you have a proper system in a professional manner to apply. It's also going to make you look more professional to your clients and not going to be scattered all up, whereas you just present a logo with, you know, as a simple image via WhatsApp, which is very wrong. Do not do that, guys. Always do things professionally and do it to the best, so that you can also get best results, and that's going to actually make you more professional, right? And being professional is always the best. So that is all for today's video, guys. I hope you benefited from this. Tell me down below if you may want to see something else in the next video in the future, and I'll try my best to create that. Other than that, please like, subscribe and comment, and please engage with the video, guys. It helps the algorithm. Yeah, see you guys in the next video.